Hi, my name is Willing. Um, I'm very honored and very privileged today to be able to share with you. And I want to thank New Skin Malaysia for inviting me here today to share with you, especially in this very unique situation in Zoom. So I hope everybody is safe at home. I hope that everybody is learning something, and and I hope that this sharing today will add value to you and give you some ideas as to why you should consider New Skin business. So I'm going to start off with a story before I introduce myself. This is a story of a young boy who wanted to go to a zoo. And of course, the father says, okay, I'll take you to the zoo. Of course, this is before the COVID situation. And so the kid went to the zoo and saw many, many animals. And he saw, all sorts of animals. And he saw one animal, which was a bear. Now, the different thing about this animal, this bear, and everyone else was that this bear was crying. So the boy asked the father, says, hey, why is the bear crying? And the father says to the bear, well, the bear is crying because the bear is sitting on a nail, sitting on a nail. So I guess if I was to sit on a nail, I would cry too, right? So the young boy says, that's very easy, all he has to do is just get up, stand up, and the nail, would not be in the butt, and he would no longer cry. And the father says to the son, he says, well, it's not so easy because the nail hurts enough to make the bear cry, but it doesn't hurt enough to make the bear stand up. So sometimes don't we all feel like the bear, and we want to do something in our life, and oftentimes we just complain and complain, and we oftentimes don't do anything. So it reminds me of me 18 years ago. I would be complaining this and that, and then wanting this and that, but I never really did anything. So I think our lives are like that, and I think the fear is that we don't really stand up to do anything, until it's too late, and then we regret, isn't it? So I hope that story kind of reminds us of what we need to do, and to pull that nail out and stand up and do something. Hopefully today, all the nails that we feel that is causing us discomfort, and maybe these ideas that I share and the opportunity that we have here today will inspire you to stand up and do something. Wouldn't that be fantastic? So this is me when I kind of like most people, we all have dreams, and I think our dreams are quite standard. We wouldn't be we'll be growing up, we would say, oh, study hard, work hard, and then start up for a small family or a big family maybe, and then just keep going until you retire, maybe 60, 65, right? I think that's quite standard, and I think that was really the formula of life of most people, including me. And and I basically followed that formula. I think a lot of us follow that formula. I think 90% of the population follows that formula. It's not wrong, but that's the way it is. And so I grew up, and then I got a degree in mechanical engineering, my wife too, Casey, and we worked hard, we got married, we started a small family. This is JE when she was about 2 to 3 years old. And I think at that time, the reality is we had a good job. I was working for a multinational company. I had a great boss, actually. All my bosses, I was very, very fortunate to have really, really good bosses. They weren't like looking over my shoulder. They really gave me flexibility. And there was really no stress. I really loved my job as an engineer. At that time, combined income-wise, we were doing quite well. I mean, no complaints. Of course, we could always have more. But we're thinking, well, the company pays well, it should be okay. And then, but when I went to a presentation, eventually my sister-in-law, who introduced us, went to a presentation. In that presentation, I started to realize, well, yeah, this is good, but we're starting to find that there's not enough time. I was 32 at that time, so I remember that we would have to, tell my mother-in-law or my mother to don't let the baby sleep too early so that we can actually come back from work and play with her. And I was thinking, is that normal to do, you know? And so time started to become a factor. And I realized that when you don't have time, you don't have choices, right? And the fearful thing is, if you don't have choices, we really have no freedom. And it took me a while to understand that. And, you know, just like the bear, you know, like going to work is fine, but there wasn't really pain enough to do anything, isn't it, right? And we just chug along in life. And that was when I saw the opportunity, and I said, well, that makes sense. And the business opportunity makes sense, the model makes sense, and I couldn't see anything wrong with it. And that's kind of how we began. I'm going to share bits and pieces of how we started, so you kind of see the whole picture. So a bit about what we did, and I share this with you just to let you guys know that both me and Casey were engineers. She's a chemical engineer, I'm a mechanical engineer. And this is what we do. We used to design battery packs, you know, for walkie-talkies, for computer laptops, for cellular phones. Casey used to qualify the cells and travel a lot to different countries, to like Korea and Japan and all that kind of stuff. So we're just typical engineers. We had no knowledge of selling, no knowledge of network marketing, no knowledge of business. We were just engineers and just did presentations and solved problems, and that's it. So we were pretty straight. You can look at the photo. We're pretty straight people, and we didn't know, you know, that was really how it is. I think that applies to a lot of people. But that was 18 years ago. So when I learned about network marketing or got involved on network marketing, it was totally something that I didn't want. I was totally not interested. Number one, you know, don't talk to me. I'm a professional. I don't like to do this kind of stuff. And selling products, skincare, oh my God, you know, why would I want to do that? And then recruiting people, oh, you know, I'm an engineer, man. I design stuff. And then have meetings. So I had enough meetings, and some more meetings, you know. So I was totally not interested. I think most of you kind of understand how I feel, isn't it? Before you kind of looked into this opportunity. So that was how I began, totally not interested. And again, recall back to the bear story. So I did have things I wasn't happy about, you know, like, but most of the time we just like that long, you know, I don't have time, but work is like that one long, you know, you have to work 9 to 5, maybe more sometimes, maybe weekends. But that's the way it is. Why complain so much? Everybody's the same thing. Why you think you're so special? You know, so time became a precious commodity. I hope that you realize that, you know, as you go older and older, there's less time with kids, less time with parents. At that time, my father was 70, mother was about 67, 70, 72, 70s. So they're not getting any younger, isn't it? So you start to realize time becomes very precious. So time was something that I really wanted, but again, what could I do? I didn't know what to do. And then more money. I think nobody really complains that they can have more money. You know? Most people want more money, and it's true, because things are getting more expensive. Properties are getting more expensive. You know, I started working at 2,000 ringgit. Now it's 2008. 2008. That's $800 increase in the past how many years? 20, 30 years. So that's not a lot compared to the property increases, isn't it? And the inflation rate. So more money definitely is important. And I'm not saying I want a lot of money, but I think more money to have a better quality life is something that most people want. And I think, you know, I didn't realize that what was the meaning of freedom until I stepped into this opportunity. I realized that once we have no time, like I said, when we don't have choices, we really don't have freedom. But I think a lot of us would start to realize that, you know, does it mean that I have to work for the rest of my life? I'm not saying that I'm lazy. I'm saying that, is there another way that you could have more time, you could still get paid, and you could do the things that you wanted to, you know? It becomes a dream, or maybe something like, are you sure it can be done? Of course, a lot of times, you know, I don't believe it. Nobody believes it. It's kind of hard to believe. I totally understand why most of people say, oh, that's not possible. That's a dream. To a lot of people, it is a dream. But I think a lot of people do want freedom. A lot of people want to explore more, travel more, have more time with themselves, with their families. That kind of freedom, that kind of flexibility. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I started to realize I want. But then again, when I was working, I didn't do anything because it was just a dream, isn't it? So a lot of times people can definitely look at it as a crisis, or people can definitely look at it as an opportunity. What can we do now that can positively impact a lot of people's lives? And what comes to mind immediately, especially in our business, is how can we share with more people a business platform such as this that I'm going to share today, that can help people earn more money, can help more people have a peace of mind in their life, and help people, those who maybe looking for another plan B or an opportunity, that this business may be something that they've always been looking for, something that can do at home while we are at home, and a business where we can be global because of social media, because of the internet, and a business where the trends just make sense, anti-aging and health. So then this is something that you can take advantage of, and you can actually build this this platform today. So I just want to emphasize that here, we're not just here to sell a shampoo or a supplement or a skincare or a lipstick. I think what is important to take away from this is build a new skin business so that you can, quote unquote, buy your freedom, and I think that is the bigger ultimate goal of this sharing today, is for you to see a business opportunity in Nu Skin such that you can build a business and that it can give you the commissions while you work hard at it and helping other people. Definitely hard work is required. Definitely you have to learn skills, and definitely you will have to have some learn new skills to be able to achieve this. And I think that process for me has been an amazing journey of personal growth, has been an amazing journey of leadership, and something that I wish, the only thing I regret is I wish I could have started earlier. But anytime this business is a great time in this business, because things have changed. Technologies, which I'll share later, has really changed the way this business and the opportunity is presented now. So so how did I kind of get into this business? What kind of mindset changes did I have, or what did I see in this business? So I'm a mechanical engineer, and this business showed me how, one of the things I really wanted, again, was time, right? I told you just now, and time with family, time with children, and most importantly, how to give Casey, my wife, more time so that she can become a full-time mother, right? So that's really what I want. I want to find out a platform in order to achieve that. Working for a company, you couldn't have time unless there was a platform, and that is what we're talking about today. At the same time, it didn't sacrifice my professional core values, right? Because I didn't want to go and beg. I didn't want to force. I didn't want to do all these things which I don't want to do. And they showed me how I could do it professionally. I think that was very, very important. And that's kind of how I got started. And this is a little testimony of myself going through the TRA program many, many years ago, and how it has continued and evolved into TR90 today. Okay, so that's kind of how I saw the opportunity and came in. Now, for my wife, she's a chemical engineer. Now, we're kind of both different. She's a she's more detailed, more information driven. So what she wanted to see was really the scientific research. She wanted to see the data. She wanted to see third-party recognition that showed proof that the products were good, that the technology is viable, and it was safe. And that's really what gave her a confidence to start using the product, and then share with friends, and even friends and family, for them to actually have the benefits and start the business as well, and show her a step-by-step approach how she could actually make the money, share with her, make the money in order to make that decision to say, to leave work, employment, and to be a full-time mother as well as this business. So this is her transformation of TR90, and this is after having our third child and 10 months, and still she couldn't streamline enough. And of course, within 90 days, she was able to lose 8 cm and get back her shape. So that's kind of how KC kind of got started. Now, again, you know, when we come into this business, I still didn't like to sell. I still didn't, you know, a part of me is like, oh, do I have to sell? Do I have to, you know, talk to people? You know, I don't like people saying no to me. And that's really typical of myself and my wife and most people coming to the business is like, so how and those meetings and recruiting people, you know, so part of me is like, you know, I don't like this. Or, you know, but guess what? We did it anyway because the result, the value that we got back was far more valuable than the things I didn't like, isn't it? But then after a while, I started to learn how to do it, and I started to appreciate it. I started to enjoy it, and now I'm very, very passionate about sharing with people, about using the products, about sharing people the opportunity, enrolling them into the business, and teaching them, guiding them how they can also build this business themselves. And I find it so satisfying and so fulfilling that we have a platform here today called Nu Skin Enterprise that we can give to people, and that they can use the same platform to achieve choices in their life, to have the lifestyle that they want. And not only that, but to use the same process platform to touch many, many people's lives as well. So it's not just, you know, you just helping one person, you're helping one person to help another person, to help another person, to help another person. So, you know, one day there will be thousands of people in your organization that would be saying, oh, thank goodness that Mr. Who and Who joined the business, because without them, I probably wouldn't be in the business. And I feel that that is so fulfilling and so satisfying. So all the things which I didn't like, I ended up doing it anyway, and I realized, hey, there's a certain way of doing it that you will like doing it. And I think when you make a difference to other people every day, you start to feel that this is a worthwhile thing to do. You know, it's like you have a gift and you want to give it to people. You know, of course, sometimes they don't know that it's a gift, but I think in time, when they realize how sincere you are and how and the information that you provide them is valuable and it makes a difference into their lives, I think they will believe you in time, and also want to either use the product or maybe join you in the business. And about a year and a half when we do part-time, Casey was able to become a full-time mother. 2.5 years later, me too, I left my company, and we were able to spend time with our kids. So that isn't that beautiful? I mean, I'm not boasting, but my point is, if I focus on the things I didn't like, I probably wouldn't achieve this, isn't it? But if I keep focusing on the things that I want to achieve, which is to have time, financial freedom, to have the ability, flexibility to do things, then I would look past the things I don't want, keep focusing on things I want to achieve, and with hard work and persistence and leveraging the company and working together as a team, even I can achieve these goals, and I'm sure everyone here today, you can do that too. So this company is, you know, I've really enjoyed partnering with Nu Skin company. They are in 55 countries. They have a revenue of 2.5 billion US dollars, which is a huge company. They're New York listed, and I think recently they were voted top 10 of all direct selling companies or network marketing companies in the world. So that is really truly impressive. So I'm very proud about their credentials and their recognition, and they are really a top tier company, really powerful companies that are just amazing to work with. So another thing that really touches my heart in this business is the fact that the amount of good that they do. They have a Children's Heart Foundation, which I was very honored to be a part of for many years. And they have a Nourish the Children initiative where they help feed malnourished children all over the world. And I was very privileged to be able to visit Malawi and actually see the work that they do. and I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and that all of us can participate and be a force for good in the world. I think whether or not people will say, well, no, that's selling skincare, and then that's supplements, but a lot of people don't realize that anti-aging is really the biggest trend in the world. The data shows that the anti-aging trend will hit probably $1 trillion USD, and that's from many sources. And I think we don't have to argue which number is bigger or smaller or what is accurate, but what is important is that we don't want to age, right? And we don't want to, we want to be healthy. And you ask every parent, they want the kid to be healthy. You want every kid, they want the parents to be healthy. So the anti-aging trend, the wellness trend is always going to be big. And that is a huge opportunity. Health becomes so important. We just have to be extra careful to be healthy, to have a strong immune system, just as simple as even washing hands. I will hope everybody's doing that, and social distancing. So this trend, anti-aging, will continue to grow, and I think that is only going to go higher as we go along. I think what impresses me about Nu Skin is the technology. And 18 years ago, I would never have imagined that Nu Skin would have this age-lock technology. And we were so happy when we have so many patents, 32 patents, so many awards and so many published scientific papers to show to the world how powerful this age-lock technology is, where we can identify, reset, and target and reset genes back to their youthful state again. This kind of technology used to be like fairy tale, or it's not possible, but it is real, and we're so proud that we have this technology infused into our products, into our innovation, right? That we can use it to help even more people. And this competitive advantage is only going to help everybody and help you build this business to greater heights. So we have a couple of big divisions, and of course the two major divisions, of course, is we have Nu Skin, and that is for the outside skin, hair, scalp, and everything here, and the whole body. And we have all this technology that can help us look youthful outside. And then we have all the age lock and technology and the patents for all the supplements that we take on the inside to keep our body healthy. So can you imagine putting all these things together, outside and inside, into one complete anti-aging solution? That's just something that is very powerful. Some companies may have some good skincare, but they have a small portion of supplementation. Or some companies may have a big portion of supplement, but they only have a small skincare division. But Nu Skin has a very equal and optimal balanced solution for both sides, making it a competitive advantage to many businesses. And this age lock technology, from launching the Galvanic Spa to TL90 to U-Span to Lumi Spa, in total, this brand is worth more than $10 billion US. And $10 billion US just can't come from anyone. It comes from millions of consumers buying the product, using it every month to generate this kind of revenue or brand worth $10 billion. So I think for everybody out there who are business people, and when you look at this number, this just tells you how, number one, how popular the product is, how viable the business is, who is using it, who wants to use it, and is there a demand for anti-aging products? And the answer is absolutely yes. Not only that, we're very proud that we have won many awards, and I think one of the ones that we are most proud of is to be the #1 at-home beauty device system brand, because we have so many technologies, so many gadgets, so many innovations, but that we can use at home, and this is awarded by Euromonitor, and it's a very credible third-party board that really looks at all these companies and makes this award possible, not just 1 year, for 2017 and 2018, and probably 2019 too, you know. I'm so very proud. And not only that, they've actually also awarded Malaysia and Singapore for our TR90, our weight management and well-being product, you know, TR90. It is that popular. So it is the #1 weight loss program in Malaysia and Singapore. In Malaysia, about 3 years. In Singapore, it is 2 years in a row. So we're very, very proud. And why is it so? Well, because the results speaks for itself. The results are just so visible, and people who lose even 1 inch or 1 kilo are so excited, you know, and they're willing to share, and people can see it far, far away, right? You know, and the great thing about this weight loss program is you don't have to ask people if they have to lose, if they want to lose weight. People will look at you and say, did you lose weight? Did you go to the gym? What did you do? How did you do it? You know, what program did you use? And it makes this business a bit more simpler in a sense that you are a walking advertisement. You can walk around, and when you dress up and, you know, from your maybe XL to now maybe M or maybe S size, and people go, oh my God, what happened to you? I think that is a very, very powerful business testimonial that speaks for itself, right? So the program is 90 days, and as you saw my testimony just now, these are all the other testimonies that are available. And I think there are so many of them. So just one thing, if you see one person, I think is a good proof. But when you see 1,000 people, I hope that you see that it is a market potential, yeah? And like today, we're using Zoom, we're using social media, all these technologies, and it has made the world smaller, right? And that has really changed the landscape of the business. It makes it to reach out to more people a lot simpler, to probably make friends with people from all over the world, to build your business in any one of the 50 countries that Nu Skin operates in. It really simplifies the process and makes it more viable. So the world is really connected, and Nu Skin is already online, and they're doing so much exciting stuff for all of us to use internet to build this business, right? So I do want to share about the plan, and one of the things that really inspired me, 18 years ago, why I decided to do Nu Skin business was because of this plan. And they've recently enhanced the plan called Velocity Plan, which is very, very, I think I love the name Velocity. It's flexible, it's fast, and it's fulfilling. I think that's very, very important. So the question really is, who would be looking for an opportunity like this? And then, do people want to do this? Are there people who want to do network marketing? Are there people who want to do Nu Skin business? I think the question really is, who's not looking for plan B? I think everybody, is looking for plan B. Everybody's looking, maybe not as to right away jump in it and quit their job to do Nu Skin, although some people do. A lot of people like me do part-time, and that's fantastic already. But I think a lot of people, given this situation, I think a lot of people are looking for a plan B, something that they can have a peace of mind with, something that probably is within their control, something that they can do at home, something that they can do online, and that's what this business platform can do. So again, a lot of people may still think about, I don't like people saying no to me, and I don't like selling products, and I don't like to recruit people, and I don't like to go for meetings. I think that's quite common, and I think it's okay if there are people who this is doesn't appeal to them, then that is perfectly fine. We're just friends anyway, isn't it? But for those people who see the potential, see the market, see social media, see the technology, see anti-aging trends, and they have a goal, a dream in their mind, like me, to either have more time, to have free their wife, to have a peace of mind, to have more income, and to not be the crying bear, and do something, then then there's an opportunity, isn't it? And I just want to show some perspectives about this business, because it is really a business. It's definitely not a hobby. It really is a business. So some people may say it's difficult. They don't like the rejection. They don't want to talk to people. They got quotas and all that kind of stuff. I would suggest, understand the business more. I would suggest talk to a friend who brought you here today, who sent you this link, and understand it more, because there are many, many positive things that people sometimes don't realize what network marketing or new skin business can give you. For example, if you open a traditional business, you probably have to fork out $100,000, $200,000, maybe $300,000. That's a lot of capital, isn't it? Right? In new skin, membership is free, right? And in the traditional business, you have to employ a lot of people. In a situation like this, you got to think about how to pay them. And that is going to be crazy, isn't it? And can you imagine if you have 10, 20, or if you have 100 or 500, if you have a manufacturing company that you shut down, what will happen then? And in our business, in new skin business, you don't have to hire. There's nobody to hire. And then what happens of the inventory that, if you get some clothing, some traditional business selling, clothing or fashion, but what happens if they can't sell and then the trend goes away and you have stock? What will happen then? That's a lot of inventory. But in our business, there's no inventory, because we will just buy what we need to use, isn't it? And then the customer can buy what they need. You don't have to stock up anything at all. So no stock up. And there's no overhead. Of course, I have my lights, I have my PC, I have my phone, but there's no overhead like commercial utilities or commercial electricity. I heard that if you have a shop lot, electricity is almost half your rental. And there's no accounts, or receivable or pay out, or I'm not an accountant. I know that those things are headaches, but there is none of that here. There's no R&D. You don't have to design anything. You don't have to design, any products. All that is done by our scientists in new skin and all over the world, and they're doing the best technologies we have. And there's no advertising, because you are your best advertising. You are your best marketing arm. You using the product, looking young, and transforming yourself is the best form of advertising. You don't have to pay any advertising. You know how expensive advertising is? It's crazy. Rental, right? Rental. And if your landlord doesn't reduce or doesn't reduce or give you some leeway, guess how much you're paying now in this situation, right? And there's no rental, and of course, and risk. So given all that, if you put a lot of money in traditional business, that's a lot of risk, isn't it? So how do you mitigate all that? Is that you don't have that much capital in this business. There really isn't that much capital to put in. So the risk is very, very minimal, or at least nothing. Sometimes the question is, and Mark Zuckerberg said this from Facebook, is that it's not the risk of doing something, it's the risk of not doing something. That poses the greater risk. And guess what? You get to build a business globally. You don't have to, start an office in Singapore, start an office in Malaysia, start an office and pay for the office and the employees. No, you don't have to do that. You can build this globally and in 55 markets. And then you have New York listed, a credible company. You have that at the back of you, backing you up. And then you have ASOC signs with 32 US patents. Getting one patent alone is awesome. The company has 32 patents that we can leverage and use that to build this business. Can you imagine that? It's not all. And you can build this business and you can leave it as an inheritance to your children, and so whatever that you're building now, if you have a traditional business or you have a traditional employment, you're building it now for your income now, right? Because once you quit working, you can't give your job to your kids, isn't it? But in new skin business, you're building business. It's a business entity, and your kids can inherit this business. Is that wonderful, right? So you leave a legacy. So these are all the benefits. A lot of people may not realize, they may only see the selling and talking and meeting and recruiting, but they don't realize the benefit of this business. I hope that you see that today. So will it be easy? No, it's not going to be easy. But will it be worth it? Absolutely, it's going to be worth it, So I had the privilege to, to work with a lot of leaders and to work with this amazing company called New Skin, and to be able to create choices in my life to help a lot of people, and to be able to have the choice to bring my family to all over the world, to see the world, and to enjoy the rewards of this business, which you definitely, as you work hard, will be able to do yourself This is one of the trips that we went to New Zealand for a month, and one of my friends was saying, even if you had the money, you don't have the time, because you want to spend 1 month. That's a lot of people, business people, or even employees, even have a month to spend. And we didn't just do one. We actually went to 2 places. Went to New Zealand, and then we also went to New Zealand, Europe for 1 month as well, Italy. A road trip by ourselves for 1 month. So, and that is really because I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I'm so grateful for New Skin Business that allowed us to continue building our business while we were, taking our kids and teaching them different cultures and stuff. And I believe during that month, our volume was higher than before as well. So can you imagine you're doing this, you have the choices that you can have while your business grows and better than ever. And really to witness and to experience the goodness of New Skin, the force for good culture that we have, and to be able to go to Malawi to visit, to see these kids and to physically be with them is just a heartwarming and an experience that I wish all of you one day will be able to experience as well. I think it's the testament to New Skin, the testament to New Skin Business, the plan, the culture, the opportunity that that shows us that it is possible. This is Forbes magazine Asia, where they publish 100 leaders who achieve the highest pinnacle of New Skin leadership, and they were recognized in Forbes Asia. And this is such a credible magazine, and to show people that this is true, that New Skin can help people achieve their goals and the objectives that they want to achieve. And we are so blessed to be able to partner this company and to be part of this this journey, to be a part of this amazing business platform. And last year we went to a US convention, and we were recognized as well. And to be recognized on a global stage is something that is just totally amazing. To be recognized among 15,000 of our peers, our sidelines and uplines and downlines is just a testament again to a New Skin opportunity, where 18 years ago, me and Casey, we were just engineers. I was 32, my wife was 30, and we were just engineers, a small family. But we were able to leverage this platform, just like you and everyone else, step by step, working hard, talking to people, learning new skills, and that one day you too can be able to be recognized on this global stage on New Skin. So as I end, remember we started with the story of that bear, and all the bear needed to do was to stand up. So I hope that today, after listening to the stories and looking at this opportunity and considering what you want in your life, I hope that you too can stand up, and so that there's no more nails there anymore, and achieve the things that you want. So stand up, and move forward. Join this amazing family called New Skin, and so that we can make a difference to many more people, and we can change the world. So lastly, I just want to wish every one of you a safe lockdown, a safe circuit breaker, MRO. Spend it with your family. It's definitely an opportunity to be closer with the family too, and your kids. And if you have elderly at home, be very careful with them, be cautious. And I think it's very important that we continue to respect nature and to honor our parents and our elderly relatives, and also be able to teach a lesson to our kids and to be with them along this journey. So with that, I want to say thank you so much for listening and attending today. I hope my story was valuable to you, and I do look forward to meeting up with you one day in a New Skin family, and build this business together. And one day we can change the world together. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.